This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson, and this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation, 8 plus years in that games media combined. We thought we'd throw a hat into the ring and join that PlayStation conversation. That PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 9 a.m. on the YouTubes and 8 a.m. on the podcast services. If you want to join the conversation, head over to facebook.com/groups/thepopculturists, and all other social medias links are in the description below. If you want to show some support our way, head over to patreon.com/thepopculturists, where you can throw a couple dollars our way. You might find a tier that interests you. And if you are a Patreon supporter, you can watch us record this show live. And if you want to show the love of pop cultures on your body, head to popcultures.com/shop, where you can buy shirts like this, phone cases like this, and a bunch of other assorted garbage with our crap on it. And we are on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculturists. Now, with Josh still on his sabbatical, we're having guests come in each week, and this guest is rad. Very special to me. This is Jess, the Rockamummy, streamer extraordinaire, and the pop culturist, community manager, and social media liaison. I don't know, what do you put on the email?
What, social media and community liaison?
Yeah, I'm just like,
I just love the word liaison, because I can be like, I can sound fancy, be like, I'm a liaison.
What does liaison do? Like, I don't know.
I liaise between people.
Because I was like, hey, you want to do this? Like, yeah, but you can call yourself whatever you want. Yeah. Just have fun.
Social media and community master.
Yeah, you could be social media and community wizard if you wanted to.
Now that's an idea.
I don't know.
Because I freaking love Harry
Potter. I'm cool with that. But yeah, thank you for coming, man.
Anytime. It's about goddamn time I came on here.
That's it. Like, so this is the first time you've ever been on a PopC show.
Oh, well,
except for the live stream.
The 12-hour live stream. Yes.
You've been working with us for fucking like a year.
Over a year. I think it was like August last year. You're like, hey man, give me a number. I need to call you.
Like you said, yeah, because you kept offering, like, because Lee, Lee. He's known as Lee here, but he's Buzz over your side.
If I remember to call him that.
So Lee and I worked together, and he's like, so who does your social media and stuff?
Because he's like, it's shit.
I'm like, me, in between phone calls when I used to work at a call center. Yeah. And he's like, oh, because I've got my wife, she's really into that shit, and she likes your stuff. You should.
He would never call me my wife.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
My ball and chain,
he's
more like it.
This chick that I hang out with, it's like she really she digs your stuff, and she wants to do social media and stuff. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. And then I was like, yeah, fuck it, because I can't do this anymore. I'm juggling too many balls.
It's very intensive social media, like. Yeah. And I just read into it because I'm like, fucking, I need to know. Like, if there's a social media account or something, 9 times out of 10 I have an account for it because I'm freaking obsessed. I'm like, accounts for everything. So.
Well, tell the lovely folks at home who you are and what you do.
Okay, so some of you may know me from Twitch as Rockamummy. You may know me from the PopC community group as Jessi. So I feel really awkward talking about myself now.
You're a woman of many hats.
Many hats, many pants, many shoes, all that jazz. I forgot what I was saying.
We have a breaking in child.
Hey, Bubba.
Hi, buddy. It wouldn't be an episode for the players unless little man breaks in.
It seems to be the going trend these days, because I've had Wade in the last couple of... He comes in every creative stream I do, and he joined me for Assassin's Creed Odyssey last Thursday, and I'm like... I can't do anything about this right now. I'm the only one home. So.
Hey, buddy. Want to go back to Mummy? We're going to come see what the party's going. We'll get the conversation started. So what have you been playing?
Well, clearly, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's one of the main games I stream right now.
I'll be right back.
All good. I've been playing... Oh, another thing Twitch people may know me for is being a crazy, obsessed dinosaur lady. Because I freaking love dinosaurs. So I play a lot of Ark Survival Evolved, which is can be a very polarizing game, depending on which part of the community you're on.
Mm.
So I play a lot of that. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts, which is more like the never-ending story right now.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's still going.
I'm so done with it. I want to be done with it. I've been playing Lego DC Incredibles. I've played the first chapter of that, which I freaking loved. And I was feeling really low yesterday, so I chucked on some Lego Harry Potter as well.
Yeah.
It's so good. What else have I been playing? Pokemon Go.
Oh, yes?
Yeah,
You still play Pokemon Go?
On and off. It keeps my kids occupied. And I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart with my boys, so
Very nice.
a lot of games.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on there. No, obviously not playing all these at once. This is for like a while.
You schedule the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about yourself? What have you been playing?
So, aside
Paw
from...
Patrol, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm so jealous that you played that. I really want to play the game.
Yes, well, actually, let's give a bit of a rundown now. So, thank you very much to the guys over at Bandai Namco Australia. They provided us a code over PAX weekend for Paw Patrol. So, I went to the Bandai booth and we met Steven, who's the PR dude.
I should have come with you just so I could be like, I need Paw Patrol.
Yeah. So, we were shaking his hand. He's like, hey, man. I'm like, yeah. And we're just bullshitting because he deals with Joel a lot because of Joel from Anigame, because of the shared demographic.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh yeah, I was going to email you, man, about Paw Patrol. My son loves that. My son loves that show. We can check it out. He's like, oh yeah, I'll send you on at the end of the day. And sure enough, at the end of the day, bang, there it is. So
that's brilliant.
What a gentleman.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so we streamed that on Wednesday with my son. He was actually allowed in the room that time.
It's funny when they're allowed in the room, they don't want to be in the room.
He just kept running in and out. So it's... The way it's set up is essentially 16 missions, 16 little rescues, I suppose, and you'll probably end up using 1 to 2 of the dogs in those missions.
Yeah, I think I read that was the case.
I have done about 8 of them.
Do you see any of like the Catastrophe Crew or Meh Humdinger as all? Because they're slated as the villains.
Yeah, so I've done about 10 missions at this point, so they play a little bit after the stream. So only until like mission 7 you start to see like extra characters.
Okay.
The first couple are all about saving animals, and then you know Captain Turbot comes in, and then you save Jake from the top of a mountain. So I'm yet to see the catastrophe crew. I'm yet to see Mayor Humdinger or Mayor Goodway or Chickaletta, because fuck Chickaletta. And fuck Mayor Humdinger. Not Mayor Humdinger. Fuck the other mayor that's poo, that's incredibly incompetent.
Mayor Humdinger.
No. He's incompetent too. I said her name like 4 seconds ago. Goodway, thank you.
That one.
Yeah.
I was like, is there a third one I don't know about?
She's the worst. And you do see the guy that runs the shop.
Oh yeah, I always forget his name because he's
it's
so
Alex
forgettable.
and
he's like, is that his granddad or his
it's
uncle?
It's his granddad.
It's a young granddad.
Yeah, well, because it's not Farmer. It's Farmer Porter.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Porter, because Farmer Al.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Porter. I
thought it was Farmer Yumi.
Yeah, there's 2. There's Farmer Yumi and then there's Farmer Al, and they got married.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
God, I miss our Paw Patrol conversations.
Paw Patrol law is very important.
We'd have conversations every Sunday morning. It's like, fuck Paw Patrol.
Yeah, because we've watched it relentlessly for the week, and then we're like, let's vent on things that don't make sense in this game. Like, who funds this shit? Like, is the state services here just dogs? If you had fallen and broken your arm and a dog rocks up, like, hey, that'd be awesome, and then he tries to fix your arm.
They need a Saint Bernard instead of having Marshall as a freaking fire truck and ambulance. They need to have a freaking Saint Bernard with an ambulance and Sammy's Saint Bernard or something. I don't know.
The thing that's making me mad.
Yeah.
I'm 10 missions in at this point, and I'm yet to see Everest or Tracker. They're on there because they're little symbols at the bottom of the screen. Yeah. But they're yet to come in.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That's
like,
absolute bullshit.
It's also bullshit the Tracker doesn't get the time he deserves in the show. Yeah. Brendan White from 8-Bit, he knows what's up.
Tracker is like the best. That's like Wade's next to Rubble. Tracker is his favorite. I'm like, need more Tracker now. How many missions is Chase on? Is he in every one so far?
Pretty most of them, because fuck Chase.
That's balls.
Yeah, it is sort of balls.
Take one out of your ball. That's balls.
It is very balls. Like he's there a lot. And obviously you get to see him as regular Chase and Spy Chase. Yeah. And you've got Marshall, Paramedic Marshall. And whatever. Yeah. But yeah, he's prominent, I guess. But at this time, like I've dealt with Rocky once, maybe twice. Zuma like
Rocky's
4
an underdog.
times.
I love Rocky.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, so Sky's had a couple of times. Probably the most I've used would be the 310 pole, which is Marshall Rubble and Chase.
Yeah.
So like all the stuff aside, there is some really weird shit going on with this game.
Yeah.
Weird shit. It looks like crap.
Okay.
'Cause
I disagree. Like, I think it could be a bit more polished because I haven't played the game myself, but I watched a lot of gameplay on it. And before I came here, I was doing a side by side of your stream with what it looked like and the actual TV show, and it doesn't look that much different to me.
Yeah. So
anyway,
there are things like the show is exceptionally well made for CGI to its credit. Like.
Yeah.
The show is fantastic. It looks fantastic. The animation's fantastic. Everything.
Yeah.
In here, like so this is made in Unity, so it's like they did even pay enough.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whether you're aware, with Unity as a software package, depending on what license you have and how much you pay, you can actually remove the made from Unity at the start.
Okay.
So if you have the basic one, which I think is almost free or next to free, you have the big made in Unity at the start, which this one has.
Yeah.
So the dogs look the best in the game.
Yeah.
So they're kind of. They have this death stare. They blink very rarely. It's kind of creepy.
They don't blink in the show really either, if you pay attention.
Don't ruin the show.
We ruined it enough anyway.
So the dogs look the best.
Yeah.
The environments are fine, but if it gets a little bit too zoomed, like Ryder looks like shit.
Yes, I was gonna say that's the big tell. I could see when Ryder would pop up and be talking. I compared it to Ryder talking in the show. I'm like, that just looks weird.
The lip sync's off, the animation's off, the
Yeah.
voice is off for one.
Yeah, because I don't think they use the same voice actors.
No, not at all. Not even close. But we'll get to audio in just a minute. But like, even when they go down the slide, the animation's off. Like you can see the tower looks rough.
Yeah.
Like rough. So we booted it up after we came back from PAX.
Yeah.
Because we're like, let's download it, and then I'm sure it's going to be a couple of gig and whatever, and we'll get. So it was like 989 meg or something. It wasn't even a gig.
Yeah.
It's like, that's incredibly well optimized, or it's not running very high. It's not running very high. So like after playing a bunch of games at PAX and coming and looked at, we booted up. I'm like, ooh, that's very rough.
Yeah.
The more I play it, the more I'm kind of a bit more forgiving with it. To be honest, like seeing the dogs and it plays well. Like I've had no hiccups, no hitches, but it's also not a very complicated or demanding game. So I'm not expecting it to be. It is aimed
towards the demographic that would watch Paw Patrol religiously, like your James and your Wade and all those other little kidlets out there. So
this is something that we talked about as well. With that statement though, like I think because it's a kid game, it shouldn't be treated any less. It should be given the same level of polish and effort and money. Like this is a Nickelodeon property. They have money, and Nickelodeon have made good games in the past. Yeah. So it does kind of astound me. It doesn't feel like. Actually, no, it does. It feels like they've like here's Paw Patrol. It feels rushed. He's part of the license. Yeah. So. Yes, they've got the lookalikes, so that they've been able to use the aesthetic license. Mm-hmm. There is no theme song.
The theme song is what makes it.
There is no dogs barking. There is no sound. So the only person that has audio is Ryder, and it's not Ryder from the show. So no theme song, no like any of the music that they use. It's this generic-y kind of crap.
Okay.
No dog noises. None of the dogs talk. It's as bare minimum as you can possibly be. I think that would have to be a licensing thing or a cost thing, because in order to even have those guys in the booth, because they are kids. If you do they are genuine kids. Yeah. Like I think there's obviously a cost there, but it's almost like they've given you like you can make the game on image only. Yeah. Anything else you can't have.
I can understand that, yeah.
But like if you're going to make it, because this has been like it's not been marketed heavily, but there aren't many other Paw Patrol games out there. So
unless you're talking like board games or actual toys, I think this is the first video game that's like not just like your Flash Player one from the Nickelodeon website.
So like that makes me wonder why they wouldn't want to put effort into this, because.
Or maybe it was let's just broach the water. Let's see how it goes. And then maybe there's room to make like a sequel and then refine it a little bit more. I don't know, because I think
you're more optimistic than me. Yeah.
Come on. You know me. I'm very big. I'm a big advocate for trying to have entry-level games for children because there's not a lot out there on like your PlayStations, your Xbox compared to what Nintendo is. And I think a lot of kids these days, they don't want to be restricted to one brand. And to have games like this coming out on other consoles, I think it's fantastic. Yeah, they're a little bit rough around the edges, but it's giving them more options other than freaking Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft.
Yeah.
Because I find like the Lego games are a little bit too old, particularly for younger kids, because with the puzzles and stuff, they just can't wrap their head around, in my experience. But we need those.
Oh, you got two boys.
Yeah,
so,
so I've got Wade and Axton, 3 and 6. But Axton 6, he's a very clued on kid, but he can't get his head around a lot of the puzzles in Lego and gets very frustrated easily. So to have games like Paw Patrol come out that is catered to that younger demographic, I think is fantastic. And they just want to
because outside of jumping and getting to a point and going, which one of the dog skill sets do you want to use?
Exactly.
And like it is incredibly easy in that sense. So I think they will get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
But like I'm at the other line where I'm like, if they made this amazing, they would sell triple the amount of copies.
Oh, 100%.
But that come from a different place though, because like for me, the average parent, like you and I are both pretty informed with game stuff, right? So
I like to think so.
Yeah. So we look at it and we'll look at it and we're like, man, that's a rough looking game. And then, but for a parent, they're like, it's a Paw Patrol game.
Exactly.
So like, although that we want that
because
polish, it might not be needed.
In my opinion, a lot of parents like.
You worked in games retail.
I used to work in games retail as well, and I found that a lot of parents were not as, even though they'd be around a similar age to me, they were not as informed about games as I was. So they generally just go, oh, my kid wants this, I will pay this money regardless. Yeah. Because I don't want to fight it. Because sometimes they come in and pick up GTA 5. I'm like, if you want to, that sort of thing. I've lost where I was going there. But I think games like this are needed in the industry. Because it's a market that's not heavily touched on, and there are a lot of kids who want to get into gaming, and they don't really have that access apart from like Fortnite
or the NES Classic or something,
which can end up being very toxic, the Fortnite community anyway.
Yes.
Well, it has the potential to be, I should say, because I don't want a lot of haters coming back at me.
It is, but in any sort of online community can have that potential to be shit.
Yeah, and you want to be able to protect your kids.
Exactly.
In that sort of sense as well. So I'm excited for the potential that this is going to bring in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in closing statements, the game is fine. It's not going to be deleted from my PlayStation if that means something. I'm going to keep it around.
Yeah.
I'm going to get all the trophies.
How many trophies are there?
Because
I saw gameplay. There was like 7 after the first mission.
Yeah, I mushed that. I was like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah. So there's not a whole bunch. There's like 20 maybe. Yeah. There's no golds. There's no platinum.
That's poops.
It's a bit poops. Like the no gold's a bit of a killer. Yeah. But what the irony is, in the game, if you collect the little dog treats as you go through, if you get all 200 per level, you get a platinum dog bone. I'm like, you guys are asses.
Yeah. Why can't we have a platinum trophy for getting all the platinum dog bones? Come on.
No, you get silver. Woo. But yeah, so
fuck silver. Give me platinum.
Yeah. Yeah, the game's fine. I'm not deleting it. Like as James gets older, I'm sure he's going to want to play it more and that sort of stuff, which is fine. I'm happy to sit there with him because it's incredibly easy to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I found myself playing it outside of the stream just to chill.
Yeah, it looks like a very chill game. Like nice one. Just had a rough day. Just sit down. Paw Patrol. But you
can't even do that. You have to do that yourself because the game doesn't have it. So like I have to put Spotify up and then play the.
We're such parents.
Yeah, we are. And I've also been playing Red Dead 2, but we'll get to that.
That's the way we were going.
Yeah.
Asking what you were playing.
Yeah, well, that was like 20 minutes ago. We're talking about Paw Patrol. All right, so now we move into the section we call Inform the Players, where we don't tell you just about Paw Patrol. We're telling you about what things and news happened this week in PlayStation. Kicking things off is the PlayStation Classic after a while of quiet and only like 5 games announced this week. PlayStation and Sony did come out and release the full 20 list, the full list of 20 games. I'm going to go through them now and then we'll have a chat and then we'll also compare it to
your list from like
the list from July of last year. We had Paul James come on whenever it was last year sometime. Was it episode 7 or some shit? and we go from there. So the list is as follows: Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. The Japanese version does come with some changes, however, most of which are additional RPGs. I'm reasonably happy with that list, actually. But like,
you've got Siphon Filter on there, so you can live up to the Ryan sucks at Siphon Filter Betson.
I can actually now play it and be like, yeah, no, just like
if you don't stream that, I will be very disappointed.
Yeah. Well, the only downside is, apart from a couple, I have most of these. Like, I've got Grand Theft Auto on the shelf there. I've got Metal Gear Solid on the shelf there behind us. I've got Tekken 3 in a box in the other room. Yeah. I've got, I think Resident Evil's in that box as well. Cool Borders 2, I played on like a demo disc, so that I'm thumbs up on that one.
Demo discs were awesome back in the day.
Yeah, so having Persona on there is huge. I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about how in order to buy a copy of the original Persona, it's like $800.
Jeez.
It's like bonkers amount of money. So be able to have
rare in collectors.
Yeah, so be able to have someone to play it, and then if someone wants to then go and collect it, it's a bit different. But no, it's pretty cool. So what do you think of the?
I was actually really freaking disappointed.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, because most of you guys know that I didn't grow up with consoles, so the ones that I did experience was when I'd go over to my cousin's house and I'd play games like your Spyro and your Crash. That was my thing. So I was really hoping they'd have like Crash Team Racing, or I know with the Spyro remake coming, at least have some old Spyro on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not overly thrilled. So because I was like, when they announced the first 5, I'm like, this is not doing it for me. This is not pulling me in. So I was like, I'll wait out, see till they release the full list, see if there's anything that will grab me to go and pre-order. Because my household, we collect consoles, but nothing was pulling at me. And like both Lee and I, we were just like, this is pretty shit. So we're just like, we're not gonna bother with this one because we're not gonna play it. We can't really play any of those games with the boys, which is what we do with the mini consoles. So it's like.
That is the downside of the PlayStation. A lot of it did sway towards more of a teen audience or adult audience.
But I suppose that's always been the way PlayStation is.
It has.
Really.
It has. So, when I saw the list, I was pretty stoked on it. In hindsight, like it's kind of I've stepped back a little bit. Like, but with Crash Team Racing and Spyro, I think in the original list that we did, we put Spyro on there. Let's go through that original list. So this was with Paul James from Player 2. Him and I put the list together. Yeah.
So you had Final Fantasy 9.
We did.
So you're a couple episodes
behind.
Yeah, it's fine. Harvest Moon: Back to Nature.
Not going to happen. It's my favorite game of all time.
Crash Team Racing. Mm-hmm. There was Castlevania, Symphony of
the Night, but what with the Requiem bundle? I think they did that. I imagine this announcement was coming, as in like the PlayStation. So they're like, let's get ahead of that and let's port it, and maybe there's something there. Because Konami with Metal Gear, they've got their relationship there. Yeah. But obviously, maybe they weren't willing to give Castlevania.
Yeah. You had Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Spyro.
Oh.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, where the fuck Silent Hill, might I add? I want Silent Hill.
It's up in the hills.
Oh, it's dumb. Suikoden?
That one, yeah. Yep. That I can't pronounce.
It was Suikoden 2, I think, wasn't it?
Shane won Cricket 99.
I understand why that was there. I'm devastated.
Yeah. I'd actually like to have like more sports games on there. That would have been really good. Because I'd like to whoop Lee's ass in sports games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
That was a pipe dream one for sure. Because the music licensing alone.
Yeah, there was a lot of conversation about that should have been on there, but probably didn't get on there due to licensing.
Yeah, like trying to pay for all those songs now would be bonkers. Like if you're willing,
probably hike the price up of the console itself.
Yeah, like we're paying $150 now. So if you were willing to pay like $180, $190, then yeah, probably. But you might as well buy an old PS2.
$150 seems consistent with what like the SNES Mini and the NES Mini were. They were about $120-ish from memory. But yeah, you had Legacy of Kain,
Soul Reaver, yep.
Yeah.
It's weird that one's on there.
Tekken 3, which was another one that was on that list, so you got that one right.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics,
Mm-hmm.
or Fight Tactics, as you said earlier. And Breath of Fire 4.
Breath of Fire 4 was a game that I just remembered that was on PlayStation, so
Yeah.
there's no reason that to be on there. See, Legacy of Kain is interesting, only because I think there's been talks of a remake at some point.
Okay.
So if you're a conspiracist, put the tinfoil hat on, and you're
I didn't bring my tinfoil with me. Hang on.
yeah, you're like, ooh, there's a reason some of the
Sorry.
why would Crash Team Racing not be on here?
Yeah.
Is it because they're working on it?
Insane Trilogy DLC.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Which is, it's a Silent Hill is in the same boat because that's also a
Yeah.
Konami game. I'm like, why the hell isn't it on there? Like, they're not going to remake it because Konami are poo these days, which is a real bummer because they, like, back in the day, Konami used to be like the tentpole of awesome games. They've really stepped down, so it's a bummer. REs are interesting though, with like director's cut, seeing as you can now buy like the remake and the remake,
and then they're doing another.
and there's Resident Evil 2 remake coming out as well.
It's like a Resident Evil revival at the moment.
Which is good because having played Resident Evil 2 as I mentioned last week, that shit's good, real good,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to play it. Abe's Odyssey is also really cool.
I think a lot of people wanted that one.
Which is because they did do a remake about 3 years ago, I think, and it was free on PS Plus. That was new and tasty.
Yeah.
Some people complained it wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
Ridge Racer Type 4 is interesting, mostly because of its history.
Yeah.
Ridge Racer and Tekken 3 because it's the fucking best Tekken. Next one, 100 million.
Ooh.
Sony has revised its fiscal year forecast for the PS4 hardware sales up from 17 million to 17.5 as the console has reached 86.1 million units shipped. So they are predicting close to 100 million.
It'll definitely hit that
consoles.
before like next gen.
Yeah.
100%.
So the staggering statistic means the Japanese giant's console is on roughly the same ballpark as PS3's lifetime total, despite it not even reaching its 5th birthday yet.
Oh.
So it's already surpassing the lifetime sales of the PS3. The PS3 was around for about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That long? Jeez.
Well, yeah, so because with the financial crisis, they kind of extended that
Yeah.
generation longer than they needed to. But
I can understand that, yeah.
yeah, those things happen. Now, next one. This one's a little bit close to my heart because I'm also a kind of funny best friend. But so with PSX not being around this year,
which is disappointing.
Which is a bit of a bummer.
I was really looking forward to it because I watched my first PSX last year, and I'm like, this is really cool. Like, I don't have to go to cons to see all the information because being an anxiety sufferer, cons are really overwhelming.
Yeah.
So to be able to like have a stream it from the comfort of my bed is glorious.
Like it makes sense because they felt they didn't have enough to announce as Sony, as PlayStation. So one of the other big things that comes out of PSX was all the indie stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what has happened? I'm just going to read this straight off piece.
Yep.
So if you were left disappointed by this year's lack of PlayStation experience, you might be in luck. We normally have a presentation from Sony to close out the year. Famed gaming personality and long-time PlayStation boy Greg Miller has been organising an event to take its place. It's called the Kinda Funny Game Showcase and is airing on the 8th of December this year. On this day, the presentation is set to be live streamed on their Twitch at Kinda Funny Games from 10 a.m. PST, or that's 5 a.m. on the 9th for us Aussies. And the show will apparently include nearly 50 games of all shapes and sizes. So while likely many of them will be indie titles, they have confirmed that there may be a handful of bigger announcements. In case if you're unaware of Kinda Funny Games, it is a YouTube channel led by Greg Miller where they discuss games, interview developers, and play various titles. Greg Miller has had many connections to the industry, including for being at about 10 years at IGN and winning the Trending Gamer at the Game Awards about 2 years ago. He's no new dude to the biz.
No.
Now, I know there are a couple things that are going to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's on or off the record, though, so I can't say anything because I was talking to a guy at PAX about it. So essentially what happened is with the announcement of PSX not being there, Greg just went on Twitter and said, hey, we're going to do something. If you're a dev and you want to showcase your stuff, whip it my way.
Yeah.
And then he showed a picture of his email. I was like,
jeez.
Yeah.
Man.
So the rumor mill, because, the one thing that the Kinda Funny have been advocating for a while is to find out what Rocksteady are doing after Arkham. Yeah. With the rumors being Superman. And Greg being a massive Superman fan. Yeah. They're hoping, because they're tight with Rocksteady, they know them personally as well. Very cool.
Be interesting if it wasn't like Superman, because I think with all his being Man of Steel and all those powers, I think it'd be a little difficult. But with the rise of like Arrow, the TV show, doing like a Green Arrow Arkham style game, I think would be really cool because it'd be similar mechanics, just add a bow.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
I'd play the show. I love Green Arrow. Green Arrow's my man. So
anything DC, you got me sold. Or please, for the love of God, make a Harley game. Please, Stand-alone Harley, give me.
That'd be pretty rad. Okay, well there you go. Just what would you want? What would you want in your Harley game? Like,
Harley.
What would they do? Just stand there and be Harley?
Well, if you're familiar with her comic run, she's sort of like fucked off the Joker, and she's making her own way. So sort of her running her little club and all that sort of thing, and just being Harley, doing missions, killing off the people who are trying to assassinate her, and going on
just
runs
fun.
with Ivy. Just be fun and chaotic.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to imagine what a Harley game would be, and yeah,
you could be like chaotic neutral.
Yeah, like I'm sort of open to it. The idea that you could sort of, because she does, her morality is, for lack of a better word, kind of swings a little bit.
Definitely.
So maybe the game can be shaped around sort of that system.
Yeah, probably similar to along the lines of what Detroit is. You can like your actions impact which way the story goes, that sort of thing. I think that would be great.
Yeah, but I'm hoping some cool stuff gets announced out of that showcase because
or even some Wonder Woman stuff.
Ooh.
That would be mad. Like because you've got the new Wonder Woman game movie coming out next year. That'd be boss.
Ooh, that would be boss.
Yeah, and we need more female led.
Yeah, games. More lady games.
Yeah, give me the lady games.
Give me some lady games. Moving on, Spyro. I've titled this one Spyro: The Sword of Trilogy. The issue has been up in the air, up and down since it was discovered on the official website months ago. But back then it was what the fuck? I totally copied and pasted incorrectly.
You words well.
I did. So rumor last week was that Spyro will be coming on multiple discs to allow for the second and third.
Yeah, because earlier on it was slated that it was just going to be the first one on the disc, and the other two were going to be DLC.
Everyone cracked the shits, understandably of course.
So.
So you have to download. So if you did that, with the delay and rumors of multiple discs, some fans hopefully this would no longer be the case. Activision has finally clarified the situation. However, according to IGN, the publisher has said that some levels from Spyro 2 and 3 will be on the disc.
Okay.
However, you will need to download the rest of it in a day one update in order to have the full game. So, for those with a physical copy who aren't connected to the internet, they'll have full access to Spyro 1 and some random ass shit in 2 and 3.
Okay.
This still seems like an odd solution, but day one patches are the norm, but they don't usually include a hunk of the game.
Yeah, that seems really sus.
Yeah, so Spyro does drop on the 13th of November.
Yeah, so it's like a couple weeks away.
Or 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, that seems really sus to me.
Fucking weird, man.
Because like the fact that it's already been pushed back by a couple months, because it was supposed to come out in September, and they've pushed it back to November. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you guys were all pretty well and good with Crash.
You and your Twitter friends. My phone won't stop vibrating.
You put it on silent so it doesn't vibrate. But you know, it seems pretty sus. It's like, why is Spyro being, for the lack of a better term, being let out so messily? Because it just seems like a very messy release, in my opinion. Like, why not have it all together?
It's interesting for me. I keep trying to avoid using that word. It's a complicated thought process for me. So I don't give a fuck about Spyro personally.
Well, see, I love Spyro. Like, I played that living at home. When my brother brought a PlayStation 2, I'd nick it from his room and go through and play Spyro all the time. Or I was one of those geeks where I'd have people come over. We'd have a few drinks, have some roast potatoes, and we'd sit and we'd play Spyro, and then
damn, that's a good night.
And then we'd end up watching some weird turtle YouTube videos. that was my high school night. But yeah, no, Spyro holds a lot of sentimentality for me, and to hear that it's coming out, it just feels really messy to me, and it's kind of frustrating, you know?
Yeah, so having not giving a shit and then playing it at PAX, I'm like, yeah, no, plays well. I'm certainly going to pick it up and play it.
Oh, like I'm from the gameplay trailers that I've seen, I'm very happy with how it looks. It's just the release is it's like rubbing me the wrong way a little.
Like, it's certainly not as clean as like Crash. So although Crash did get a delay as well, originally,
Yeah.
you know, I think Vicarious Visions have done a lot of port work in the past.
Yeah.
So for them, it's not really a big stress test. They're like, oh, we'll just do what we normally do, right?
Yeah.
But with Spyro, it's being handled by Toys from Bob.
Toys for Bob.
Toys for Bob,
Who
which
did like Skylanders, so they would have had the title because Spyro was
Yeah,
in
because
the
Activision
first
was
Skylanders
and whatever,
everything.
and all that weird connection mess that it is right now.
Yeah.
But like Skylanders isn't a port place, so I'm curious on. I think it's probably something to do with that side of things. That maybe either they were over ambitious, or it's more complicated than they originally thought.
Yeah.
And have at least. There is that thing when it comes with physical games that you do have to have everything by a cutoff date, and in order to make printing, in order to be able to release on a certain day.
Get the ratings.
Yeah, because I imagine a lot of it gets
Yeah.
printed overseas and then shipped out to whatever. Right? I don't think there's many printing facilities in Australia, as an example. So you have to A, print them, B, put them on a boat, 3, hike them over here.
Yeah.
So that takes time, and you need to be certified. You need to go gold. You need to do all these different things in order to have that disc
I think
ready
you
to
like
print.
have to be like go gold like a month prior to
Minimum.
release.
Minimum. Because like that gold is what they use to make all the multiple discs, right?
Yeah.
So, and I get it, and that's the shitty part. Like, I don't think they relied on the day one patch.
Yeah.
I think they're using it because it's there. I don't think they're like I don't think it's malicious in the terms of we'll just put it on the day one patch.
Yeah.
You know, I think it just came down to running out of time, and Activision would probably
It's like
no.
patching a problem.
Yeah, and they're like, no, you can't delay it any further.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they did like another pushback, I would have sunk the ship.
Yeah,
in my
so
opinion.
which is why it's like obviously the rest of the game is there in the patch, so it's probably finished now.
It's like I'm sure the game's gonna be fucking fantastic.
It just wasn't ready for the printing.
So yeah.
Still a bummer though, because if you don't have internet, you're kind of fucked. Speaking of the internet though, this month's PlayStation Plus games have been officially confirmed, and
Even
the
though
leaks
they were leaked earlier.
They were. So those leaks were leaked about a month ago to the start of October, and they were right. They were right, damn it. So for this month, you get Yakuza Kiwami on the PS4, which is the remake of the original.
I'm actually
Yakuza?
keen to check that one out.
I have 0 and 6 here from Ben Baird. He lent them to me, and I've been shit and haven't played them.
You've got so many to play though.
Okay, so many to play. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, which is the remaster of the PS3 game that was pretty alright, if I remember right.
Never heard of it.
A Kendo series on the PS3, the Jackbox Party Pack.
Jackbox is fantastic.
Number 2 on PS3.
I love Jackbox.
I bought the 4-pack bundle on PC for work.
Yeah, it's so good.
Burly Man at Sea. I don't know. I want to play the fuck out of that game.
Do you have a description of that one?
No, that's that one. That's
What's it called? Burly Man.
Burly Men at Sea.
I've got to look that up. Give
And
me a
roundabout PS4 and Vita cross-buy, as both those were PS4 Vita and cross-buy. And then we'll jump into the best-selling games of the week, and then we'll jump into some Red Dead news, which will then lead us into our main topic. You gotta be really careful when you Google Burly Man at Sea. Just saying.
No, I'm good.
You good? It worked out well. No shirtless dudes.
Oh, I'm not looking at images. Okay, let's open the Steam store because it's on Steam. That'll give me the description. A branching folktale adventure game about the misadventures of a trio of large bearded fishermen.
Oh, and then they kiss. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it seems. I don't know. The images are not.
Hey, it's free, so why not?
Yeah, give it a go.
All right.
Seems like what was that? This is the Police 2. When you stream that, that's
on sale currently right now.
That's what the images reminded me of, the way they look.
Yeah, so there's a double sales on right now on the PlayStation Store, and this the Police is on there.
You like it? I paid full price for
I don't
this
care. The game's fantastic. It's worth my money. All right, so the best-selling games for the week ending 28th of October. Number 10, Overwatch Legendary Edition. You can do the hands.
Okay, really? Can I read it and you just do the hands?
Sure.
Cool. You just chuck it over. So we got 10, Overwatch Legendary Edition. 9, WWE 2K19.
Yeah.
8, Soul Calibur 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really good with Roman numerals. It's been a while.
Fine.
7, Lego DC Supervillains.
Like how often do we use Roman numerals in our day-to-day life?
If you've got a Roman numeral clock. I was going to say Roman numeral calendar. That's not a thing.
Like we're Australian. We ain't Roman.
Australian, mate.
Yeah. There's Australian calendar.
6, NBA 2K19. 5, Marvel's Spider-Man. 4, FIFA 19. 3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2.
To the surprise of absolutely no one.
I'm surprised to see Overwatch in there, but I'm assuming that's
sale.
because of the
Hey, it turns out I can't spell redemption right.
Yeah,
let me fix that.
because isn't like the Overwatch League or something starting this morning?
Yeah, I think it's on now.
Yeah,
Like right now.
Yeah, it started like 5 a.m. this morning. I think Kieran was telling me. Kieran from Explosion Network.
Yeah, with early late nights.
All
Australian
over,
sports, esports.
Yeah, he's all over that esports.
Yeah,
Very handy.
Esports are very hard at PAX. I saw.
Yeah,
very hard. Lots of quality esports. First week in a while that GTA's not in there, which
Thank
makes.
God.
But now we're going to see. Now we're going to see Red Dead until we all die.
Yeah.
Couple things. WWE still in there.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for me. I'm pretty happy with that one. Yeah, then that's pretty stock standard. No Paw Patrol.
That's Poops. Paw Patrol should be in there. It's so show.
I met with at PAX. I met with Raylene, who's one of the women that works at IGA, which is the company that
IGN.
The IGEA.
Oh, you said IGA, and I'm like, what? The
Sorry,
supermarket chain was there.
No. IGEA. They're the ones that collate all this data and give it out.
Yeah.
And we were bullshitting about, and she's like, I'm like, is there a way that we can fuck with this? We can get Paw Patrol on there. Just like
that would be great.
Can we have like number 1 Red Dead Redemption, number 2 Paw Patrol on a roll? And she was like, I used to promote like kids video games, so hell yeah, let's make it happen. I'm like, yes.
She used to promote kids video games. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like she used to run like Doras and stuff, and
that'd be great.
So Raylene, you're fantastic, but we had a deal. No, there's no surprises there. And I think Red Dead will be. I think I really think that Red Dead will now just kick GTA on there. I don't think GTA will make that top 10 anytime soon.
I think it'll be back for Christmas.
I think that oh really? I thought that transition will be gone now, and everyone will be over there because probably
GTA 5 is the game that never dies.
Probably for the next 3 weeks, I think we might still see GTA in there. I contradict myself right there, but I think the next 3 weeks maybe, because my brain went, oh yeah, the online, because Red Dead Online isn't for about another month.
Yeah, and then you've got Fallout 76 coming, so that's going to come up in there. Yeah. You've got Spyro, that's going to be in there, and so when those releases come out, GTA is not going to be in there.
Yeah.
But once everything's sort of settled down, GTA is going to come back up because people are going to be buying it for Christmas, which is coming up. I think with Red Dead Online, that'll eliminate people playing GTA Online. So maybe the next couple of weeks, people might be buying it to jump into online. We'll have to see.
Who knows? But speaking of Red Dead, before we get into my first impressions, we'll dive into some news that's come out about the title. Red Dead Redemption 2 is officially a hit of colossal proportions.
Ooh, colossal.
And it's only been since Friday of last week. Rockstar has revealed that this open world adventure enjoyed the quote biggest opening weekend in the history of entertainment,
which is really surprising with PAX Australia happening over the release weekend. I know a lot of people were upset. It's like, I want to play Red Dead, but I've got to go to PAX.
Well, it doesn't mean people. I think it's about sales. I think everyone just bought it at PAX.
True.
So Red Dead Redemption had made $725 million worldwide in retail sell-through. So that's not in hands, that's to shops. Yeah. With that figure, it is the second highest grossing entertainment launch of all time, beaten only by GTA 5, which managed to make over $1 billion in that. So it's still like a Rockstar game. It's still fucking kicking ass. It bet the Avengers. It bet Infinity War. However, as Rockstar points out, GTA 5 did launch on a Tuesday, where Red Dead launched on a Friday. Yeah. So it did have a bit of extra time to get some more dollary dues. Yeah. On top of that, Red Dead 2 is a PlayStation Network record breaker, once again underlying the fact that buying games digitally is fast becoming the norm, as we mentioned last week, like before, with the percentages of PSNs and shit. The game has the biggest launch of any, quote, full title to release on Sony's online store. And full, we assume, means full retail price, full retail release, so no PlayStation Plus freebies or anything like that. Anyway, Red Dead Redemption 2 had the biggest day one sales over on PSN and the biggest three-day sales on PSN, and now holds the record for being the most pre-ordered game ever on the PlayStation Network. That's impressive stuff, and yet many charts don't record digital online sales.
Yeah.
So yeah, even the IGEA one probably doesn't count.
Yeah, it'll probably just be like the physical copies. Yeah.
So
that number could just blow up even.
Yeah,
more.
how's it could? It'd be insane. But this next one, it's not about record breaking. It's a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
I've called this one "Bringing Law to the Outlaws."
Ooh.
UK-based website Trusted Reviews has pulled an article from earlier in the year that included unannounced Red Dead 2 details, and it stumped up an eye-watering £1 million in order to settle the deal.
Wow.
So they were sued. So that money, as per Take-Two's directive, will go to charity because they don't fucking need it.
That's good.
With the success of Red Dead, like, we don't want it. Like this was a suing not for our fiscal benefit.
Yeah.
This is just more of a principal thing, and then the money can go elsewhere. Yeah. So back in Feb 2018, the site ran a story based on the development notes pertaining to the hotly anticipated Western game. It claims that it received the document in August 2017, but wasn't able to corroborate its contents until the following year. The article, which has now been removed, mentioned the first-person mode, which we know to be true, and I scrolled too fast. And a potential battle royale mode, which is yet to officially be revealed. Quote, on the 6th of February 2018, we published an article that was sourced from a confidential corporate document, the site had written. We should have known this information was confidential and should not have published it. We what? We apologize, and we now
I want to know what that word is. Where is
unreservedly. Thank you. Unreservedly apologize, and we have undertaken not to repeat such actions again. We've also agreed to donate over $1 million. I didn't think you agreed to charities chosen by Take-Two Games. It is an odd one because it's not entirely clear what laws may have been broken and in which countries. Although you imagine that Trusted Reviews would have sought some form of legal advice before potting out the 7-figure settlement. Quote, Take-Two takes security seriously and will take legal action against public or publications who leak confidential information, the company explained. To our knowledge, this is the first story of its kind, and the video game coverage often rely on leaks and insider sources. There are laws to protect media from this sort of thing, but it can be costly going through the courts. The upshot of all this is that the American Indian College Fund, the American Prairie Reserve, and the First Nations Development Institute will all benefit from this cash injection.
That's good.
Two things.
Yeah.
I don't like the precedent this sets. Because, like, as it, like, mind you, the gaming journalism industry isn't quite like regular news where it's like, here's breaking news about a president that did something fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so the biggest leaks you get out of games journos is this game may have this game has that. So it's really
all potentiality.
Yeah, and even then it's not hard hitting journalism. It's just kind of spilling the beans on something. So
yeah, it's gossip.
It is gossip, but I don't like that they can then be like, what this is. It seems fucked because one of the biggest issues that I have with a lot of games journalism is that a lot of places can feel like an extra marketing arm of the game companies, which they're not. They should be treated separately, and they should act separately. Yeah. And part of acting separately is these leaks. Like Jason Schreier. Jason Schreier is a genuine journalist in this industry, and he is known for busting and breaking and leaking and telling stories that need to be told. Do I think this was a story that needs to be told? Not really, but but it worked. It's exciting, and this information, it may not be needed to be public domain, but it needed to be talked about.
Yeah.
So if that gets taken away, then games journalism becomes marketing.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. It's like you think about it these days, regular journalism, particularly with your celebrity stuff, people make their buck by releasing scandals or unknown information to the general public, and I think games industries, they need to have that because that's going to add more. Oh, is this going to be good for the game? It's going to like increase the conversation. Yeah, I suppose.
The biggest problem is like
I
celebrity.
feel really bad because I feel really ignorant
That's
about
all
this topic.
No.
Sorry.
So like with celebrity news, it's all gossip. It's all like slander. It's just slag and shit at people and stuff. Like, so to the credit, a lot of the game industry isn't around that time.
It's generally a lot of positive.
Well, not always. Like they do
part.
tend to jump on shit unnecessarily. Like the ad. Speaking of Red Dead, the out of context 100 hours per week gaming shit, which turned out to be fucking not true at all.
Yeah.
In the slightest, they kind of just ramp like. I see myself politically aligned. I'm going to get political for a second. I see myself politically aligned, like center left. Like, so I'm in the left. I'm on the left, but I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not like all the way.
Yeah.
So when they talk about, like unionizing and all that sort of stuff, I'm like, fuck yeah. If that's going to work, if that's going to be beneficial, fuck yeah, do it. Why not? But I don't like because the games industry, being a creative medium, does swing to the left. It is very that area. So you will find a lot of websites and a lot of places will jump on it in that vein, right? And then bring down people that say horrible shit, which sometimes is really good and that sort of stuff. And there's a weird line there. There's a weird line there. Like, granted, people should be called out for the horrible shit they do, but as I spit across the table, there does need to be like a statute of limitations or some shit. Because the way it works right now, it's preventing people from changing. Like if there's something happened 8 years ago, you get shunned for that now, like where's the incentive to grow? As a person, like, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I said horrible shit 10 years ago, but I don't say that shit now. Yeah, I'm a better person, and people should be treated like that.
I just think people should treat people nice.
I went on a real big tangent.
You did.
Real big tangent.
How long is this episode going to be? Like 2 hours?
Ever since with Josh out, I'm just like running the show as long as I feel like, which is probably like way too long. I need Josh back to rein me in.
I'm sorry, we tangent a lot too. Yeah, so I'm probably not helping the matter. No,
it keeps me close, keeps me tight. That Josh Saunders. But yeah, no, it's well and good. I like that they've taken ownership and they also understand what they've done. Yeah. But that's anytime you leak something. It's confidential somewhere. There's an NDA somewhere, and it's from if it comes from an inside source, like that sort of stuff. It's a weird line. Yeah, it's a weird line, Jess. It's a weird line. Yes. I have weird stances on random shit. I'm sure I contradicted myself through all of that. I'm really good at that.
You're human.
I am Ryan, the walking hypocrisy, Betson.
We need Nia. Nia Netsov.
All right. That's enough news. Now we're going to chat to the players, and we're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption and what I think of it so far. Yeah. I've honestly put about 2-ish and a bit hours in. That's about it, mostly because I've been pretty busy, obviously, with PAX, regular day stuff, and just being human. Yeah, no, I haven't played the game myself, but I did buy it for Lee, and I have watched a couple of girlfriends I know stream it, so I'm a little bit informed. You're a little bit clued in?
I'm at least... I've seen some stuff. Not a lot, but I've seen some stuff.
So I'll run through some of the very basics. So Red Dead 2 is obviously set before Red Dead 1. You play as the character of Arthur Morgan, who is another member of Dutch Vandalin's gang. John Marsden is here, if you wanted to know. He is in the game. And it's all about you escaping an event at the town of Blackwater, which... Oh, the hiccups and the burps. Which is a town in the original Red Dead, and which was an eastern town on the original. It's now a western town. So the whole idea is, in order for them to get you in a different location, they force you to the outside of the map. Okay. So you're now in a whole new area that you haven't seen. Yeah,
because I've seen the map for Red Dead is actually really freaking huge.
It's fucking huge, man.
Yeah, and apparently it's going to get bigger. Fuck. Yeah, because I got Lee the special edition, and it came with the maps as well.
Oh yeah,
the big ones, and you look at it, and it's just like, holy cow! Yeah, that one. That's
very
massive.
Heavy. There's a lot of things in there.
There is a lot of Uzi Watsits.
Although they have that Uzi Watts box, and I was like,
it needed to have the game in that. Yeah, though, it did. To justify that cost. I
still want to buy it though. Yeah, because like
Red Dead. Wait for the sales.
Red Dead's a game that comes out once every 7 years. Like if it was like, hey, here's a loot box of shit for Assassin's Creed, I'm like, no. Because no one next year.
It's an annual.
Yeah, but this is like such a one-off thing that I'm like, I kind of want to throw my money at it.
Afterpay's a thing.
Fuck, it totally is.
Sorry, Mooly.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it so far, which is
Yeah.
to be expected. I certainly didn't think that I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, no,
Like-
from what I've seen, like, I didn't pick it up to
Hmm.
play for myself because I didn't think it would be a game that I would enjoy, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, those tender hooks are reaching out. They are. Can I add another long game to the roster of the never-ending pile
You can always
of-
just piss off another one.
Yeah.
He says you have to finish it.
That's true. I rarely finish games ever.
Yeah, no, I was in that same boat, but this year things have changed, which is nice.
You're a changed man,
Changed
Benson.
man. Things are different. But so a couple of complaints that people have had about the beginning of Red Dead. They found it quite slow.
I've
I
heard
disagree.
the same
I
thing.
find it quite nice. Like
Yeah.
I like that. Like it's plotting. It's not like
It's like very character building. From
Yeah.
What, the discussions I've had with Lee, he's finding it very slow. He's like done 2 hours in, and he's like, it's still character building.
Yeah.
Give me some action.
to me, that's the shit that I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Like I loved Breaking Bad. Even the beginning of The Walking Dead was all about just building up the stories and these people and why you should give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really enjoying. And then you're doing a couple little things. You go off, you go hunting, and
Yeah.
you go visit a town. You get
Yeah.
in a fight, and like it's very slow, but it's like it's how I imagine the Western world to be. Like
Yeah, it's very take your time.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
GTA. It's not hauling ass in a sports car.
Yeah.
It's supposed to feel slow. It's supposed
You're
to feel.
hauling ass on a horse.
You're hauling horse. You're horsing ass? I don't know. But like,
Sorry.
so like I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I love it. I love it being this. Like I'm really enjoying just kind of, just plodding through the land. Like, I went off through a thing. The guy's like, hey, you want to come back to the camp with me? I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm going to hang out here. You go do it and I'll meet you back there.
Yeah.
So I fought a bear, kicked the bear.
Did you win?
Oh, kicked my ass. I won, but I was like, like this. Yeah, like it tackled me and I just had to shotgun it in the face. Yeah, it's the only way I got out of it. It was like The Revenant. You seen The Revenant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that film so much.
It was. I was
good.
DiCaprio, and the bear was like wrecking my day, and like my horse is back there just hanging out.
It's like, you're supposed to help me.
Like do something, horse. Like so I'm up to the point where you sell the horse you're given at the start, and you get to have your own horse, name it whatever you want. So I've got Rupert, Rupert the horse.
Rupert.
Rupert.
You should have named the bear Rupert, as in Rupert Bear.
Oh, but then I would feel bad for killing it. Yeah. I'm like, hey Rupert, oh, fuck.
The show's dead anyway.
Yeah. So because it is part of a mission. So you go hunting with a guy named Hosea, and you're like, hey, I saw this fucking huge bear. We should go. It introduces the idea of these legendary animals. He's like, because you lay a trap, a bear, like bear bait, bear rocks up. He's like, fuck, and runs away, and you run away with him. Then he's like, so you get the choice to go take it. I'm like, I have a gun. I have nothing of any danger. Fuck it, let's take on this bear. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it.
You've got to try it once. You got to see how almighty you are in the game. And
Yeah,
then be like,
I should have waited.
Yeah, no, I got my ass handed to me literally.
Like I'm glad. Like there are some realisms in the game. Like you
Yeah.
have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to do all this
So
stuff.
essentially, it's like sort of survival-esque.
A little bit, like
little
not
bit.
like brutal, because if
No.
there was, like I would have got infected bear wounds and would have died on the hill.
Yeah.
So like they did thankfully kind of take away some of the super survival-y stuff.
Yeah. It could be like an open world RPG survival.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, right now, I guess because I'm still probably early on, I haven't seen a lot of those survival things. Because outside of the main missions, where it's like, hey, you go here, you set up a camp here, and then you do that. Like, it's still telling me kind of what to do.
Yeah.
So I've never really gone off wandering the wilderness and like, hey, you have to set up a camp, you have to
Yeah.
survive.
Does it have difficulty modes?
I don't believe
That's
so.
one thing I'm not sure.
I
Because I
think it
know
might.
a lot of games that you can play on like an easy, a mid, or an intermediate mode.
Like there may be some options to sort of
Yeah.
take away some of the speed which you lose health, or sorry,
Yeah.
the speed which you lose hunger or something. I kind of just play whatever the base mode is.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the characters. I'm liking what's being. Arthur Morgan is interesting. They haven't opened a lot of him yet. There's clearly some animosity between him and John Marsden, which I like, because I like knowing that there is like the Johns involved in this game, him being the big character in Resident Evil. It's been a long week. Of Red Dead Redemption 1, I assume they would shoehorn him in a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel shoehorn because technically he's been part of the gang the whole time, and his wife's there and his son's there and stuff, which is really cool. He can grow a beard like me. His looks better than mine.
Are you doing Movember?
No, I'm just growing a beard.
Why not?
Why not? It just came from the idea because I hadn't seen Dylan in a while, and at PAX I didn't shave, so I had this like real shitty ass stubble. He's like,
I remember.
yeah, because he's known me as like for years now, and he's like, you've never had a beard. Why have you never had a beard? I'm like, because I've never always had patchy. He's like, it's not too patchy. Why don't you grow it out? I'm like, no. He's like, do it. Okay.
Peer pressure.
So I say that, and like, I'm guarantee you by next week I'll be mad and it'll be gone. Like, it gets itchy and then I'll cave. But it looks like shit.
Put some like moisturizer on it or something. Stop that itchiness. It'll keep those beard follicles all nice and soft.
I do want to see how I look like with a beard, and hiding the chins would always be.
We should make it a community challenge. It's like if Ryan can grow a beard, we'll do something.
We'll do something.
Do something.
We'll do a thing.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I've always been hesitant about growing a beard because I've never been able to really do one.
Lee said the same thing, and now he's been rocking a beard ever since we've been together. So
Yeah,
apart from our wedding day and one day when he did a show and he had to shave it off, he is not beard. Like, I don't think Wade's ever seen him without a beard.
Ooh.
He looks like a 12-year-old boy without a beard. Like, I look at my wedding photos, I'm just like, cringe.
Well, this may be that transition moment, and I'm growing a beard. So yeah, the game, you do grow a beard in not real time because it's like 3 days. But you have to get haircuts. You got to have baths and shit. Like, and I do like some parts of the dirtiness of the game. Like, I get thrown out of a window and I land on the ground. I'm all muddy and gross.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
That's a real cool touch.
I love when that happens in games.
The details and like the fidelity of this game is bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, it's incomprehensible, some of these things. Like,
thank you for the shower.
I'm that stoked by it. So the landscapes in this game are
look
astounding.
Phenomenal.
Astounding.
I will say, from what I have seen, like the environments are just love. But the character models I've seen, they're kind of like,
can be hit and miss. Yeah, hit and miss.
They're here and there.
But I find the overall world is what brings you in a game. Like, character models you can kind of get away with.
You can get away with, but you need to have the environment to be immersive, which is what I'm seeing. It feels very immersive and enjoying. Like, you can get lost for hours doing that.
So you mentioned that you're not super interested, but it is grabbing your hook. So what parts of it are grabbing your interest?
The shooting people. No, like the fact that you can get bounties and like people can hunt you down, and you've got to go, oh, I can be a cowboy, a real cowboy. Like, I didn't think that would interest me because like I'm all your sci-fi fantasy, give me your dinosaurs kind of thing, and I'm like, but now there's cowboys. Like, if they had an option like Assassin's Creed did to be a cowgirl, I think I would have been hot damn.
Yeah,
that's mine. But
obviously with Red Dead, the big difference here is Red Dead's is telling a very specific story, and that's where they want to go with it.
The story, like, I've seen, it's pretty cool. I'll probably go and find spoilers and read the story, as I always do. Yeah,
like, I did debate streaming it, but knowing this gonna be like huge, I can't commit to that.
No, it's I think at the moment it's a saturated streamer game. So if you wanted to stream it and get hits, you'd be way down the bottom. I'll just stream
everything else. Stream my Paw Patrol.
Yeah, Paw Patrol was a great choice. Great choice.
There are some things I have done already because it's me and it's in a game. So I went to the general store and they're like, "Hey, here's some clothes." I'm like, I'll take that purple and black vest, please.
Ah, PopC coloring.
That's it. So I got this sweet purple vest on. I look dope. I'm like branded.
So hashtag branded.
Yeah. That's it. You always be branded. It's tough because I can't dive into the story because I don't want to spoil it for anyone is a big thing. And even then I'm still very early on.
It's not going to spoil it for anybody.
No, as in, like, I don't want to talk about it now is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
So like, I don't want to talk about any of the story stuff. I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
It should be like an individual video on its own, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to come back to this at some point and just gush about it more. Like,
make it a new series, Games We Gush.
That sounds like graphic. Even though I've loved Red Dead 1 and I've been waiting the 7 years or whatever to jump on this, I've oddly not been compelled to pick it up the last couple of days just because I've been busy, and I'm like, well, I want to spend focus time on it.
It's one of those games where you can't just pick up and put it down. It's one of those games you want to have dedicated time to do. Because I noticed that with Lee, because he enforced at PAX. So even though he picked it up on the Thursday night, the midnight launch, he didn't touch it until like the Tuesday, Wednesday after PAX, because he was just so exhausted, and I'm like, I want to put hours into this.
Yeah.
I don't want to just start it and then be like, no, I'm tired.
Yeah, because
you want to have that dedicated time to play.
It's spot on. Even at the end of my day, I'm like, oh, it's like 9 o'clock. I could probably put an hour or so in, but like I'm fucked. I want to give it my full attention.
Exactly.
So with this long weekend, well, for me it is anyway.
Yeah.
Because like my job's like, with Monday being Melbourne Cup Day, you have to have Monday off. I'm like,
it's Tuesday's the Melbourne
so
Cup
what
Day.
I say?
Monday.
Sorry, with Tuesday being the public holiday, they're like, you have to have Monday off. I'm like, okay. Woo!
4-day weekend.
That's it. And Tuesday's my birthday, so it's.
It is too. Are you gonna do birthday stream?
I'm doing jack shit. I might. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how we go. Yeah. But yeah, so more info to come about Red Dead Redemption. This is just more of just bullshitting about Red Dead because it's fun and stuff. Yeah. About it, really.
Yeah, it's good.
That game's old. Look, it's already been a week. Gaming industry moves.
It's old news.
The gaming industry moves fast. That came out last week. It's old news.
What's next? What's next?
Time for you. What's coming next?
What's next?
In a section we call "Coming to the Players," we tell you about what games are happening this week. That was a chaos segue. Loved it. So these are the games that are coming. A lot of them dropping for the 6th of November, which is the Tuesday, and for the rest of the week. As always, disclaimer, this is the US list, so not all things will be making it to the Australian store, potentially. 11/11 Memories Retold, PS4 Digital, out on the 9th. Carnival Games, PS4 Digital and Retail.
That looks interesting. It's like Monopoly.
That's the. So
it looks like the Monopoly guy.
They used to be on the Wii.
Yeah, because that's on. I think that's on Nintendo Switch as well.
And very likely. So it's a bunch of like just hoops and probably a lot of move support and stuff. Yeah.
I love party games.
I have no idea how to pronounce this. Deracine?
Hang on, can we get it?
Deracine?
Can we get a pronunciation thing?
Dorashini. I'm going to call it Dorashini. Dorashini, PS4 digital and retail, but the retail is a GameStop exclusive, which is, an EB Games exclusive for us here. Yeah. This is from Software, so I'll read this one. Dorashini is a brand new story adventure created by renowned Bloodborne developer From Software. Available exclusively on PSVR. As a spirit in a secluded boarding school, all players must prove its existence. The player must prove its existence and build a unique bond with students as the world is uncovered through discovery and exploration. As the mystery of the story unfolds, the spirit must travel in time to change the fate of the pupils.
So is it like...
Sounds fucking weird. I like it.
Ghost Hunter VR or something? That sounds cool.
That sounds dope. I'm gonna give it a bell.
I'll
Grip.
have to watch that.
PS4 digital and retail. Grip looks like those cars they used to have in the when I was young. You'd flip it over and it would still be a car on the other side.
Oh yeah, those ones that you could... It'd hit the wall and it'd flip over and keep going in the other direction.
Yeah, it was the PS1 game. It was like Roll Cage or something.
Okay, cool.
And they go and just keep going. So it looks exactly like that, but a game. Jagged Alliance Rage. Hang on. Looks like is it dinosaurs?
Hang on. Oh, you said dinosaurs.
No, there's in a jungle.
Nah,
they're in a jungle with drug overlords and stuff.
Poops.
Neko Para Volume 1, PS4 Digital, Japanesey things. Noir Chronicles, City of Crime, PS4, out on the 9th.
That looks like it'd just be like a...
I bet you it'd be poo. I guarantee it.
Pick an option, that's a game.
Yeah, here's the stories. Omens of Sorrow, PS4 Digital Retail, no idea what that is. Road Redemption, jumping on that redemption branding, coming out on the 6th of November.
Yeah.
I think it looks like kind of like Road to Retribution a little bit. Not Road to Retribution.
It looks like a lot of Road Rage there.
Road Rage, yes, thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Road Redemption is an action racing game where you lead your motorcycle gang on a journey, an epic journey of pursuit, blood, and speed. The drug, not moving fast. Through your travels, you will upgrade your character, bike, and weapons by completing races, assassinations, robberies, and more. The Shape-Shifting Detective,
Ooh,
PS4
I like that
digital
title.
retail. Ooh.
Tell me.
The Shape-Shifting Detective is a supernatural noir murder mystery FMV
Ooh,
game.
What's FMV?
Full motion video. So like they recorded live action dudes being dudes.
Oh, okay.
Play as a detective and investigate the murder by shape-shifting into any character, even the next victim. Oh, there's no question mark.
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, but there's no question mark.
No,
So it's like,
I love all things like supernatural and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, as soon as I heard shapeshifting, I'm like, ooh.
like, ooh, what's this? Skytime, PS4 digital, out on the 5th. Star Bear Taxi, PSVR
Sounds
digital,
cute.
available in the US and Canada only.
Oh, poops.
So
That sounded adorable.
So fuck Star Bear Taxi. Steel Rats, PS4 digital, another motorbiking game, but the guy has saw blades on his wheels.
Cool.
It's like something. Siren, PSVR digital.
That looks alien.
Ooh, Siren is an intense survival horror game in which you must use your wits to navigate through a labyrinth underwater base.
Oh,
in episode
underwater.
1, you must use stealth and solve puzzles to survive, while in episode 2, you must blast your way through the deadly swarm of sirens stalking you. Ooh! Tetris Effect, PS4 digital retail, out out on the 9th. Also PSVR, I'm positive. Tetris Effect is a Tetris-like you've never seen before, or heard, or felt, apparently. An incredibly addictive, unique, and breathtaking, gorgeous reinvention of one of the most popular games of all time.
Tetris is great.
From the people who brought you the award-winning Res Infinite, thumbs up. And the legendary puzzle game Lumines, thumbs up again. Fully playable on either a standard display up to 4K 60 on a PS4 Pro, or in mind-blowing 3D on PSVR.
3D Tetris.
Yeah, so apparently
That
like
sounds
it kind of
cool.
absorbs you in that shit, like it's big space around you, and then they did have it at PAX, but I didn't want to get pink eye, so I didn't play the VRs.
That's fair.
The Forest, PS4 digital. As a lone survivor of a passenger jet crash, you find yourself in a mysterious forest, battling to stay alive against a society of cannibalistic mutants. Build, explore, and survive in this terrifying first-person survival horror simulator.
Which you have played on PC.
I did. I played on PC.
Yeah, you streamed it at one point.
I
too.
did, and I was real bad at it. I wasn't very good at it. That's
Real
survival.
bad at most survival games.
I'm most bad at most games. So that is a true survival game. Like
Yeah.
Red Dead had the touches. This is like fucked. Like,
Yeah.
you need to know
Yeah.
what's going on. Timber Tennis Versus PSVR digital, out on the 8th. Transpose PSVR digital.
Looks like a
that's it.
Nightwish cover.
Well, it does a little bit. Very nice. For me, I'm probably going to put down there as Tetris Effect and The Forest, and I'm curious in Durshursini, because reasons it's from software. Should be
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, anything jumps out at you?
Probably a shapeshifter one. I'll have a look. Have a look.
Yeah, give us
Have
a Shapeshifting Detective.
squiz. Yeah. Have a squizzaroon.
Yeah, and that's it.
But we
That's
had
how
some
you for the
questions in
players.
the community.
We did have some questions I totally forgot about, and I shut my laptop. What were they?
Let me bring them up because I think.
I only saw the one.
Yeah, I think it was just from Buddy. But
Buddy Watson, that babe.
We'll-
My phone's over here. Hang on.
yeah, you threw it on the floor because you were raging at Twitter.
I wasn't raging at Twitter. My pocket's like,
Raging
God
at your
damn you
notifications.
bastards. I'm pretty sure the question was, and was directed at you, Jess.
Yeah, what's my phone's not loading anyway. There we
What
go.
was your favourite indie game at PAX? Was one of them.
Party Poppers?
That's the same guy that did Party Crashes, right?
Sorry?
Same guys that did Party
Giant
Crashes.
Margarita. Yeah, they do Party Crashes, Party Poppers. They did Party Golf as well.
Very nice.
And the thing was, at PAX, Party Poppers has only been in development for 2 weeks.
Very nice.
It looks like it's a great I can't the words. Couch co-op game where you're obviously little dinosaurs, which of course had me
Instant
sold.
win.
Instant win. And couch co-op because I love having party games for when we have people over. You just run around popping balloons and doing all these things. And I like the fact that you could have a handicap mode because I was sucking so hard at the demo when we were playing it. So the dev gave me a handicap so I could be the only one who could jump.
Rad.
And everybody else could only had to grapple. But yeah, no, that's probably best indie game.
Very nice.
Although I did play Speaking Simulator as well.
Oh, how was that?
Fucking hilarious! It's so hard, but hilarious.
So what was Speaking Simulator?
You have to. You're.
I know what it is, but
Yeah, you're this robot, like human robot, and you're trying to pass as human. So you've got to try and make them talk by moving cheek muscles, moving the jaw, and moving the tongue, which I found really difficult. Like at one point, I'd stuck the tongue out the mouth. It had gone round under the chin and got stuck, and I couldn't get it back in the mouth. It was really weird.
Well, the little system that I love in the game was the idea that as you fuck up, your face falls apart. So like you're trying to pretend to be human, but as you say a word wrong, it's like your cheek falls off.
Fireworks coming out your cheek.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
your eyeball pops out.
It's all until someone goes, "Hey, you're a robot."
Yeah.
I love it. I did play Party Crashes as well. I played that on stage with the party mode as well.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I'm going to pick the fuck out of that game up because bonkers.
I think I'm going to pick up all the Giant Margarita games because they look really good and to support. I think that they're based in Tasmania, I think. So to support Australian indies.
Yeah. I played...
I did want to play...
Scouts Honor or something?
I wanted to play Armageddon Nom Nom Armageddon or something, but I didn't get a chance to play that one. That looked really fun. And I did see another survival game because I love survival games, but it had bugs. And I'm like, there's probably going to be giant snails and giant slugs, so I'm going to give that a hard pass. hard pass. Yeah, Buddy dragged me to Scouts Honor, which was like Overcooked, but for Scouts. It was fun. It was silly. And there was another game I played with like lawnmowers. Like, interesting. I don't know what it was called, but like mohicular manslaughter. No, it wasn't. Mohicular. No, it was. I don't know. It was awesome. It was another one I played at party mode. It was really cool. I kind of stayed away from the indie section this year, not on purpose. Yeah. There was a few good ones.
Yeah, there's always some good ones in there, but there's a lot that I've seen before. So I was kind of like,
yeah.
Like as much as I want to, like Dead Static Drive, I've seen it 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I want to play it and like just make it come out.
Yeah.
Like I love that you're showcasing it. Just bring it. Like, I'll play it.
Yeah. We've seen it. Give us the game.
That's it. And the other question that Buddy asked, which I believe is more directed at you.
Yes.
How does one start streaming?
You just start. Literally, like I had it as a goal. It was a New Year's resolution in 2017 to start streaming. So I did. I started on YouTube streaming, just doing my little Ark builds because that's my staple game. And then here and there it wasn't really picking up. And then I started streaming on Twitch this year, consistently as of April after I moved house and everything. And technically his question was advice for people wanting to start streaming. I'm like, just start, make sure your headset mic is good, because for the longest time I was just using my headset mic on my Plantronics Rig 600. That was the mic I used until my birthday earlier this year when I picked up Lee picked up a Blue Yeti for me. And just play a game that you enjoy, that you can spend hours and hours in. That's probably my advice, because if you're having fun, then people will have fun with you.
That's it.
Yeah, that's my
advice.
That's
how you build good people.
Yeah, and network. Connect with the community. And
what's the community that you're a part of?
I don't know how to say it. The woman's community, which is run by Nacy, who is a partnered Australian streamer. So
that's the women Australian and New Zealand
yes.
Female streamers community.
Yeah, or female identifying. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to stream, just get on there and do it. And if you do stream, shoot me a message and I'll come in, I'll pop in if I have time.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about supporting and sharing the love around, as we always say. And if you're on when I finish streaming, I might get a little rocker raid with my little dinos.
A rocker raid, fuck, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So as my little hatchlings have come up with, it's a rocker raid.
Yeah, but how are you finding streaming now? You've been doing it since like April.
I really enjoy it. Like I became affiliated in June, and I've had a lot of steady growth since then. So I think I'm sitting at 224 followers now, which is really incredible.
Like double us. Well done.
Well, I keep telling you, network more.
Yeah, I just need to stream more.
Not necessarily. There are a lot of people who stream maybe once a week, and as long as you're networking and you're building a community behind you, then there's no reason why you can't grow.
That's it. As you can see, I'm devastated by it, so I don't really mind.
Yeah, well, you're not really marketing towards people on Twitch. You're more YouTube. So. No,
yeah. But yes, sorry, my brain is brain farted for a second. Sorry, we'll start wrapping this up. But next week, as of when this goes up, so tomorrow, is the big thing for you. What's happening tomorrow?
Yeah, no. Well, technically, it's there you go.
Yeah,
it's releasing 9 a.m.
What is?
PDT. The new Ark Survival Evolved expansion called Extinction.
Woo!
So that would be like Wednesday 1 a.m. our time. So I normally stream a Tuesday night anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably stay up, wait for that, download that, because I'm setting up a community server for the women's community.
Rad.
So next week I'll probably be streaming like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, just exploring Extinction.
Awesome.
Because it's going to be mad. I need to explore. I might have a couple of bourbons, because last time I did that when Aberration came out, I was just like, oh my god, everything is so shiny. I was like a mad
shit faced. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't normally drink, so you give me a couple of swigs and it's a good time.
Got a good buzz going.
Yeah, got to get that buzz going.
Awesome.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it has been delayed for PS4 and Xbox, so that's not going to be releasing until the 13th of November on console. And you also have Ark coming to Switch on November 30th as well.
I'm really concerned about it's going to
Yeah, I think that they're stretching a bit too thin.
Yeah. I thought it was a bit thin when they hadn't even released the 1.0 and then they rolled it out on the consoles. I was like,
yeah. That's Wildcard.
Yeah.
It's a great game on PC, in my opinion.
Tell the folks where they'll be able to watch this stream.
Okay, you can find me at twitch.tv / is it backslash? Something. Is one of the slashes at Rockamummy, and you can find me on the socials on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, also at Rockamummy.
That's ROCKAMUMMY.
Yes.
Rockamummy.
Yes, it is the Australian spelling.
Yeah, not Rockamummy.
No, that's only my PSN.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone took my Australian spelling on the PSN.
What?
Yeah, because I only picked up my PlayStation a year and a half ago, like literally just before I started working at the games retailer.
Yeah. We need to get some cease and assist going on. Like there's
well, I'm hoping that with the PlayStation name changes, they decide to change their name so I can be like, I need my branding name. Give it to me.
Because there are some other jerks in the US called the Pop Culturists, but with the space in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, cease and desist, motherfuckers. Because we have no legal grounds. But anyway, that PlayStation conversation happened at 9 a.m. on the YouTubes and 8 a.m. on the podcast services. If you wanted to join that conversation, head over to facebook.com/groups/popculturists and talk to me and Jess.
Yeah.
Because that's what she does.
I should say, you can find me at the Pop Culturist as well.
Yeah. She'll find her in the community group because she just lives there and talking to people and stuff and send socials and things. And all other social medias are in the links in the description below. I'm trying to use my Twitter a lot more as well. So that's at HaggardMC, HAGGARDMC. I'm talking a lot of random shit on there, which is good fun.
Just come connect with us. Twitter is fun.
Yeah, come bullshit, man. Twitter's great. I'm really enjoying Twitter.
I love having conversations in GIFs.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It's my dream. I didn't realize how much I needed GIFs in my life until I dived back into Twitter. I'm like, anything has a GIF.
And how long have I been telling you need to get on Twitter?
Oh, man. I've had Twitter for like 8 years. And I've only used it the last year and a bit.
Yeah.
It's all well and good. But if you want to show some additional love for our bodies.
For his butt.
If you want to show your love to Popculturist, head over to patreon.com/popculturist, where you might find a tier that interests you and you can help support us a little bit. And no matter what tier you're on, you can help. You can watch this live and the things. I'm fucked. My brain's just caved out of nowhere.
Let's not do a show with Jess again. She's derailing
I was
me.
a moron. I woke up, I had a coffee, and I haven't eaten. So my brain's like, eat. I'm like,
you should have nicked some strawberries from James
Yeah.
when he was here.
Should be like, hey, thanks for the sustenance, small child. You don't need it. And of course, you want to show love the Popculturist on your body. popculturist.com/shop. We can buy shirts like this, phone case like this.
Isn't there a sale at the moment?
The sale would have ended by the time this goes up, sadly. Cool. You had your chance. Where were you? Not you, them. And we are also on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepopculturist, where I'll probably go back to streaming it next week, back on Twitch. Last week we did Paw Patrol on YouTube, so I thought that may have a bit more growth, bit more longevity. Did jack shit. Fucking jack. I thought people would want to be like, hey, honestly, what Paw Patrol looks like. Now people don't give a fuck. We still had good viewers though.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. It was good conversation starters where we were all complaining about Paw Patrol.
Yeah. Fuck Paw Patrol.
That's great.
We're going to leave this room for progress will be on TV.
Yeah.
But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Jessi Stevenson or Rockamummy.
And
I don't know how
that
to end that.
was for the players.